560th day to come here to share lessons I learned and I'm learning. I hope this will support your dreams, your goals, allow you to become the person that you want to become. Today I'm going to speak about heart and soul. Of course, you're able to choose to live by your heart, by your soul, or by your heart and a soul, or sometimes you can choose to live not by your heart and a soul, and of course, live just by default, accept different routes that doesn't align who you are. Now, so how to live by your values, how to live by your heart, and how to live by your soul. So first thing, when I think about heart is immediate emotions that you have. So that means what kind of passions do you have? What kind of loves and desires do you have immediate? Or do you live by them? Or you choose something else that you do not like? Because a lot of times what we choose immediate, our passions, we choose something that doesn't lie with our passions, it just pays our bills. I really love what one professor said that sometimes when you do what you love for a long time, you will get paid and rewarded for that. Now, of course, there's a lot of other things that if you do something that for a long time, you can build passion for it. So that means, of course, there's a lot of things but we need to work towards something because when we know that we're working very hard on building a passion, of course, we're able to live by our heart working towards living with relations, building something that really matters. Now, when you think about soul, soul is such a thing that sometimes people say that soul is immortal. That's why it's a long-term thing that we think about. So what kind of core values do we have? What kind of personality and character do we build on a consistent basis? Because I said that when you build a business, you can make millions of dollars a year. You can build everything, write books, a lot of things, but you will lose everything. Only your soul will leave to you. Because what kind of character you left behind? What kind of image, what kind of brand you left behind? That's why we need to work on our soul. And when you do your daily activities based on your soul, that means on your character that you want to represent, on your inner values, core values, of course it represents your soul. So that means ask yourself, do you live by your heart? That means that you do something immediate, that you're really able to love others and live by your passion, or you live your life based on long-term things. So that means on your brand, like core values and inner peace and things that really will matters in the long run. Now, because a lot of times what I found, people do not live by their passions, do not live by their heart, and do not live by their core values because they have never sit down on their bed in the nature anywhere and really think about what their passion is, what kind of core values do they have, and what kind of person they want to become. Because a lot of times I understand that you're not where you love to be. But that is not okay, saying that, okay, if I'm not where I love to be, I'm not the person that I want to be, that's not okay to stay that way. You're able to choose to transition, to live a different way. A lot of times, I think the first step is just walking away, stepping away from your environment. Because a lot of times when we spend so much time with people who do not have your values, do not have your passions, do not have your vision, sometimes we sacrifice ourselves to fit in. But if you do not want to live all your life not becoming the person that you want to become, sometimes you will need to give up something. And sometimes it will be that your association will be the one that you will need to sacrifice. I love what John C. Maxwell says, and he says you need to give up to go up. So that means that a lot of times people try to carry some big heavy luggage, but if you let it go, of course you're able to get out of the water and really start breathing a new oxygen because you get out of the water. So that means we need to really give up to go up. So what are you willing to give up? Because when I think about success in the future and success in becoming the person that you want to become, I'm willing to give up almost everything just for a 1% chance just to achieve that, to become the person that I want to become. Because at the end of the day, when you will become the person that you want to become, you will be able to impact all the people that you want. Even the people that you want to leave behind for a second, you will be able to help them much more when you will become the person that you will become the person that you want to become. So it's worth it for a season, for 2 years, for 5 years, 10 years, even 10 years. Leave everything behind and really investing in yourself and find your voice in your life, find your way in your life, and really coming back. There's a lot of great speakers, even Jay Shetty. He became a monk. He was a monk for 3 years, figured out himself, figured out what is his purpose, and he came back and really showing the way how other people could live their life as well. So sometimes leaving for a season, for 3 years, 5 years, it seems that could be a waste of your time. But after you coming back after those 3 years, 5 years, that it seems that it's a waste of time, you figure out that those 3, 5 years, that process was the best thing that you could do for yourself. So I'm a true believer sometimes that you need to walk away from the station you're in, really invest in yourself in a lot of different areas. It depends on your passion and character that and all the vision that you have set for yourself. I understand that sometimes we need to invest time to really sit down and think, what do you really want? If you don't want, just choose one path. Choose one path and take it. Because that one path will allow you to figure out if you really want to do it, and if you don't, what you don't like it, and how you can pivot it. So at the end of the day, we need to choose to live by our heart and by our soul. Because both of them, when you live by those both, I truly believe that you're able to live much more joyful life. So don't accept your life, but build your life. So okay. So I hope you choose win and see you tomorrow.